You know, here on the Mississippi River, I'm gonna look for the hardest current I can find, but I'm gonna try to fish the little seams, the little eddies. And these smallmouth are gonna bunch up in places like that. Even boat docks here on the Mississippi River have produced a lot of smallmouth. There's a few seawalls that change the current flow with some rock and stuff around them, and those are the places I'm gonna be looking to throw this little finesse jig. Back home, it's a superior dock bait. It's a bait you could throw on laydowns and around shallower standing timber. It's just a bait I get it done with in a lot of different places. You've got current ripping down this channel bank, and then right here you've got just a little bit of a point with some rock that sticks out just enough to create a little eddy right there. And I mean, those are the kind of places that you've got to key in on when you're fishing these hard current areas. Now, I'm not going to say you can't just continue to go down this bank and just fish the current. Right there in that eddy where he's supposed to be. But that's the key, is really paying attention to those little eddy areas. When it comes to a little finesse bait, I mean, this is a bait that a lot of people punch with, and I've just found on these river systems that little Yo Daddy is a really good bait to throw. A lot of times these seams, I mean, not just right there in the beginning of the seam, but the way that eddy's completely down, if you've got a little shelf, I mean, those fish will actually utilize that whole seam. It isn't necessarily just right there on the point itself, but anywhere along that they can be. The one thing about it, these smallmouth on these river systems, I mean, when they're set up in these places, a lot of times, well, I say a lot of times, I mean, most of the time when they're set up in places like this, they're set up there to eat. And I mean, you don't always have to finesse them into biting. I mean, a lot of times you can throw a little square bill, a little, you know, spro rock crawler, even a swim jig a lot of times in these situations will catch these smallmouth because they're aggressive and they're wanting to eat. The thing that's crazy is how often you find that one cast that you can sit there and catch, you know, 4, 5, 6 keepers on and never move the boat. Found a few of them, didn't we? Might be making a move in Major League Fishing, but I don't think on the Elite Series we're going to be helping ourselves a whole lot. Not saying you won't ever catch one in the dead water, but 9 out of 10 times that fish is going to be laying with his nose shoved right into that current, and a lot of times you can actually miss the opportunity to catch him by throwing in the dead water and not staying on the current line. A lot of times I'll just kind of slide around the edge of that current break, throwing a swim jig or crankbait, and then once I get to the back side of it, pick that little finesse jig up and fish the break or the seam again. Right there where he was supposed to be. I understand where the big ones are at. Just like I said, a little Yo Daddy, little 3/8 or 1/2 ounce finesse jig. Catch all them little critters you want to catch.